Yeah, hi Sushma. Could you please open the PPT with the list of questions on substitution variables shared and walk me through the question by question?
Yeah, sure, Divya. Let me share my screen. Is my PPT visible?
Yes, go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, and the topic is substitution variables. Substitution variables are nothing but it acts as a global placeholder for information that changes regularly. Now we'll see how to use substitution variables in the following artifacts, that is in data forms, runtime prompt, business rule, and smart view. And then now we'll see how to create the substitution variables. That is, can you show me how to create substitution variables for the following use cases? And here we have two cases, that is case 1 and case 2. Coming to the case 1, consider a user runs consolidation monthly. For example, user wants to update the variable every month. Consider June for this use case. And the use case 2 is consider a user runs consolidation yearly. For example, user wants to update the variable every year. Consider FY21 for this use case. Okay, now let's go back to the application to create the substitution variables. For that, we need to go to the navigator, and then under the tools, we can find a variables card. Just click on that. And here click on substitution variables. These are the substitution variables that are pre-built. In order to add the new substitution variable, just click on this plus icon. And here we can give the name. As shown in the case 1, the period should be as June and the year should be as FY21. Just click on save in order to save the records. And I'm going to create the another substitution variable. It is for month, year. And just click on save. And the records are saved successfully. This is how we'll create the substitution variables. And now we'll see how to use the substitution variables in data forms. Here we have two cases. Coming to the case 1, we'll use the account dimension in rows and use substitution variables of year and period dimension in column. Choose generation 2 members of every other dimension. Preview date from with this use case. Okay, let's go back to the application. We'll go to the form. Just click on the navigator. Under the create and manage, we can find the form. Click on that. Expand the library in order to open the form. This is the form that I have created. Select the form and you need to click on the edit. Just go to the layout. And here coming to the accounts, I have choose the second generation members. Second generation members are nothing but the members which are present under the parent. And then coming to the here, I'm going to add the substitution variables. Just click on edit. Just here we need to click on the variables tab. And then substitution variables. Yeah, here the current month is June. Just click OK. Click on edit. Click on variables. And then substitution. And here the substitution variable is current year, that is FY21. Click OK. Save the form and then we need to preview the form. This is a substitution variable that we have given the value as a period as June and a year as FY21. Let's get back to the PPT. And here in the case 2, hard code the year and end period dimension in another column along with use case 1 to explain the difference between the hard coded members, the substitution variable values. Okay, let's go back to the application. And here I'm going to add a new column. Just click on add column. And here I'm going to select the hard coded members. Click on edit. I'm selecting it as April. Click on OK. And even the year, click on edit. I'm selecting the year as FY25. Click on save and then preview the form. Here, this is how I will use the substitution variable, and this is how we'll use the hard coded member. Generally, if you want to change the period from April to March in the hard coded member, generally you need to go to the form and you need to select the member there. You need to do that in the every form. It's really hectic. Whereas coming to the substitution variable, you can, if you change the value there, directly it will reflect in the application. And preview the data form by changing the substitution variable of June to July. And explain how dynamically we'll use substitution variable while designing the form and its purpose. Okay, now let's change the substitution variable from June to July. Let's go back to the application and we'll go back to the substitution variables. June to July. It has successfully saved. Now we need to go to the form. Click the navigator and here under create and manage we can find forms here. Just expand the library in order to open the form. Click on the substitution variable and then edit. We need to just preview the form. Here the period is changed. We can see that the period is changed from June to July. This is how a substitution variable works in the forms. And the next we'll see how to use the substitution variables in runtime prompts. Runtime prompts are nothing but the prompts that occur when we use the business rules. And here, can we pass substitution variable as a value in the prompt? And it's yes. If yes, can the prompt value be limited only to the value assigned to the substitution variable? Yes. User requirement. How can a user select only the prompt value defaulted to a value assigned to a substitution variable? For example, if the consolidation to run in the month of June, which is the month passed in the substitution variable, rest of the months should not be displayed in the section of the prompt value. Okay. In order to create the runtime prompts, we need to go to the navigator and then under create and manage, we can find rules here. To create runtime prompts, we need to click on the action and then we need to go to the variable designer. And here we can do it in two ways, that is a global level and application level. For now, we'll do is as a global level. Click on actions and click on new. Here we need to mention the name. Article underscore current month and the type is member. Here the dimension is period. We need to enable the RTP, only then the limits will be enabled. And here we need to give the substitution variable that we have created earlier. And default value is also same as limits. Limits are nothing but here will limit the member options. And we need to enter the RTP text. That is enter the period or month. Click on save. This is saved successfully. And then we need to go to the actions again in order to create the other one. And here the name I'm giving as RTP underscore current year. The type that I'm selecting is member. And the dimension type is year. We need to enable the RTP here. And then limits. We need to mention the substitution variable here. It is ampersand current year. The default value is also same as limits. And click on, we need to enter the RTP text. It is enter the year and click on save. This is how we'll create the runtime prompts. And then going back to the PPT. Now we'll see how to use substitution variables and business rules. Can you show me how to pass a substitution variable in a business rule? Which of the following design is recommended? Hard coding June in the business rule, using the substitution variable created for month, and using the RTP created for month with the substitution variable. For this, first we need to create the business rule. Let's go back. To create the business rule, we need to go to the system view and then click on the actions and then click on new object. Here we need to give the application type, that is APM Cloud. Coming to the application, that is FCCS, and the cube is console. And the object type is, since we are creating the rule, we need to select the object type as rule. And the rule name is rule1. Click on OK. Rule1 is created and it's open for editing. Just click on OK. And here we need to write the script now. The command will start with fix. And we need to open the braces. And here, as shown in the PPT, hard coding June in the business rule, we need to mention June. On enter. Here we need to end the script by infix. Enter. Then the next point is using the substitution variable created for month. Okay. We'll start by fix. And here we need to mention the substitution variable and it should be started with prefix ampersand. Click on enter and we need to end this by infix. And then using the RTP created for month with the substitution variable, this will go back to the application. And here fix will start with the fix command. And we need to flower braces. And here we'll give the name. Just now we have created the RTP prompts, so that is RTP current month and current year. We need to give these names there in the flower braces. Here we need to separate this by comma, and then again open the open braces. And here RTP underscore current year. And then we need to end this by nfix. And now we need to validate. Click on validate. The rule has validated with no errors. And then we need to deploy. Click on OK. It's getting deployed. The deployment was successful. This is how we'll create the business rules, and we'll insert the substitution variables here. And then and I'll show you this the consolidation to run in the month of June, which is the month passed in the substitution variable. Rest of the month should not be displayed in the selection of prompt value. Okay, for this, let's go to the business rules. Click on the home page. And here we can find the rules. The rule which we have created is rule 1. Just click on this arrow. And here enter the period. Here we can only see the year that we have, and that is July. And cancel. Like that, it will restrict. And then now we'll see how to use substitution variables in SmartView. Can you show me how to insert a substitution variable in a report created using ad hoc analysis? For ad hoc analysis, use the same design of the data form as per use case 1 of slide 4. Use case, present the report by changing the substitution variable value from June to Jan, and for period dimension FY21 to 22 for year dimension. Okay, now let's go back to the application. Click on the navigator, and we need to open the form. Under create and manage, we can find the form. Expand the library in order to open the form. Select the form and click on edit. Go to the layout option. And here we need to remove the substitution variable. Click on edit. And then remove. OK. In the same way, we need to delete the year. Just click on the select the current year and click remove and click on OK. Just right click on A and we need to delete the column. Click on save. And now we'll go to the Excel in order to open the SmartView. Just click on Excel. Click on the blank workbook here, and we need to go to the SmartView. Click on the panel. We need to go to the private connections here. We need to select the URL, that is the SmartView. We need to give the credentials. Click on go. we need to expand the application. There's FCCS, expand the library so that we can open the form through ad hoc analysis. Click on the substitution variable and click on ad hoc analysis. Okay. We need to go to the options here. Go to the data options. Just disable the suppress missing blocks. Just save as default option. Click on substitution variable and then open through ad hoc analysis. Here we can find, and here we need to mention the substitution variable with prefix as ampersand. That is ampersand current month and ampersand year, and click on refresh. And here the month is July and the year is FY21, as we have given the value for the substitution variable. And let's go to the PPT. And here we need to change the substitution variable values from June to Jan and from FY21 to 22. Okay, let's go back to the application and we'll change the values for the substitution variable. It is Jan and FY22. Okay. Go to Jan. We need to go to the variables and click on the substitution variables here. On Jan and FY22 as shown in the case. Just save the records. It has saved successfully. Again, we'll go back to the Excel. We'll mention as current month. Percent. Click on refresh. The values just now we have changed the values in the substitution variable, that is the period is Jan and the year is FY22. This is how we can use the substitution variables in SmartView. And then in this topic, it is concluded that I have showed the substitution variables in the following artifacts, how to use and all. That is in the data forms, runtime prompt, business rule, and SmartView. Yeah, thank you. That's it from my end.
Yes, thank you so much, Sushma, for the information.
Thank you.